Hello and welcome to another S'more RV fun review. Today we're going to be reviewing
our Jayco 32 BHDS.
I'm Ross.
I'm Steph.
And this is our channel. So we haven't done this yet. We wanted to wait. We've been doing this for a year now. This is almost marks a year.
Yeah.
We got the chance to camp. So now we want to actually give all of the ins and outs of the 32 BHDS, the Jayco. I think just camping in general, we realize what we like.
What we like, what we don't like.
Right, and there's things we like and love about this camper. There's things we don't like about this camper. But
they're minor.
Yeah, far outweigh the we love.
They're minor.
Very minor. So we're gonna go around the inside and outside of this camper, show you everything from
just outside, inside.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the outside stuff. We're gonna talk about the inside stuff. What you've done decorating wise. What we've done with the kids. We have 3 children that range from ages 8 all the way down to
18 months.
18 months.
He forgets about that one.
I forget what his age is. So we're just going to show you everything. So let's get started.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so we're going to start on the outside. I'm going to do all the outside stuff. Steph is going to take care of the inside stuff. Start right here at the jack. So here we got our motorized jack, up, down, and we have the sway bars that hitch into this. There's a video on our channel that actually talks about all that. But what you got to know about this area is, should this ever not work, you do have the ability here inside, if you come in close, to actually reel this in. You can't really see down in that hole, but there is a little jack that we have that you can actually do this manually. We haven't had to do that, which has been great. So your jack area is pretty common no matter what. If you're a camper, you know everything about this. Typically when we move, as soon as we get off, I take this bottom piece off of here and get rid of that. So underneath this part here,
Who's your helper?
this is Grace, because Grace is filming. Grace is supposed to be behind Mom in filming mommies and Daddy. There we go. So underneath here, you got your 2 propanes. These are 2 30-ounce propanes here. We went all camping season and only burned through about 1.5 of these. I'd say that was for what, about 8 trips we did? Okay, so if you come in close here, Steph, you can see what I like about these is that you have the ability to switch from one to the other. So this little knob here, whatever it's pointing at is actually the tank it's drawing from. But if I wanted to do both tanks at once, I could just go right in the center and actually draw from both. So left, both, right. So I really like that about these tanks. Over here you got your battery. What we did notice in the first year, which I just realized when we came back, this part actually rusted off, which was interesting to me because there's not, I mean, it's getting hit with water when we drive, but it rusted off. I had to re-drill that in. A little bit of a pain in the butt there. And then this cover just goes over top. And underneath, once you get that on, you actually have access here. I can just unscrew these 2 knobs, loosen them up, and pull them forward. And then I have access into my tank. So I typically never take this off. I did just refill both of these tanks. But typically, I don't have to worry about anything there. If you look down at our actual bars here, you can see these are for the sway bars. When we went and got these hooked up, they actually don't drill anything here. They just put this nut on the back really tight to there. So that's everything here in the front with the jack. We do use some of these little, I don't even know what those are called, risers. We use those here. A little light here, which is nice. This frame is actually really good. I do like this part because it's easy to clean. It's just it's not metal. It looks like metal, but it's not. It's just like a plastic piece that they put on, but this is actually really easy to clean. This got all muddy from the truck last year when we were driving. Right,
Gotta
Grace?
get those mud flaps.
Daddy,
Yeah.
you know this is a light.
That is not a light. I actually think that's a, I don't know what that's for. I think you can actually turn, oh, it is a light. Grace News. I had no idea that was a light.
Grace!
Well, that would have been handy to know in some of the dark times when I was trying to hook stuff up. Grace, great job on that. This is a light. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Grace knows more than I do. Over here, so this is our access underneath. So this is our front bedroom in here. This is the access underneath. Of course, I got it locked. Son of a gun.
They are inside campers.
There's a set over here.
Okay.
Wah. Edit out. Edit.
Stop it.
That's actually some good footage right there.
Pro tip, when you're doing a review, make sure you got your keys with you because I forgot to unlock this. These locks, actually, it's a good thing I did forget. So I always unlock, and then I pull up, and I do one of these. So you can hook it on up here, let you get underneath there. So this is all
Wait,
of this
isn't
stuff.
there a helpful tip on the key?
As
To
far as
what unlocks what?
Yeah, well, our keys are a little, so we have some different keys here, but if you come in close, Steph, you can see it right in there. Can you see that picture? It actually has, right there, a picture of the key that matches what the key actually looks like. So that is helpful, but I think once you start doing it over and over, you'll realize which keys do what. I don't even know what this key actually operates. We rarely use this one. I don't know what
It's somewhere
for.
around here.
Something.
It's one of the locks on the doors, I know that.
Yeah. What I always do though, by mistake, is when I unlock, I always turn this thing back down like I already did. So Grace, back up 1 second.
Beep, beep,
When you
beep,
go to
beep.
put this down, it's not actually in there. So if you try to lock it from there, you always forget. So you have to redo the key. So it's always good to remember to just do a turn there after the fact. Storage underneath. Even though this is good storage, I typically,
We're jam-packed, so
We're
they
jam-packed.
can't even see how
Yeah.
much. Like, it's big.
there's another video on the channel that talks about all the stuff I have in there. Actually, after our first year, I took out all the water. I had a big bin for the water. I took that out. I keep all the water loose because that's typically the first thing I try to grab when I'm done chalking everything. But I do keep my black water stuff in a container and my electric in a container, but everything else is pretty much loose. So I keep everything there. What's nice that I like to do in here for storage is I keep a lot of these because these are typically first thing I grab, and then my chocks for my tires are typically. So I keep that loose now. I don't even put it in a bin because I don't have to worry about pulling everything out, putting it there. So there is a kind of a review of what we have in here, but that's changed. I think you just got to kind of get used to it. Got the toolbox. That is always necessary. Toolbox is probably the #1 thing. Yes, question.
Did you plan the black container for the black water?
I thought about that, but then I put the electric in a black container too. It's just the size of them. So some people do that. They put my water was in a blue container. Does that make a difference?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's that area. And then these are slide out. So when you're backing in, you got to always make sure you know your distance. I think we're at about 4 feet. I try to always guess. So when Steph's helping me back in, we want to make sure when we're pulling close. Yeah, what do you?
I have a Cheeto.
You got a Cheeto. Good job, Grace. When we're backing in, we want to make sure that we're always at least 4 feet from any electrical that we're plugging into. So I'm going to show you all our hookups here. There's good and bad here that I like and don't like. So when you get in here, I figured out what this key's for, Steph. It's for
Oh, the outside.
our shower. That goes in there. So we have a little outside shower here, which we actually used quite a bit last year. Because we were camping, it just seemed to keep raining. I can't get the key in. That is the right key, though. Is it the right key? Maybe it's this key.
Can you back up, Mom? I got
I
it.
don't know what key it is.
Oh, boy. We should have learned.
There it is.
This. Which one was it?
It's this little black one, honey. All right,
Oh,
a year later, we're still learning stuff. So this is our outdoor shower, got hot and cold in it, and this comes out. Very handy, like I said, when everything gets muddy, we just bring everybody over here and spray out. But there is something that I don't like about that. Typically, when we're hooked up at a campsite, all of our black water and gray water and stuff come out of this area. So should we be at a location where it's hooked up down below, you're kind of standing in that area. And I don't typically like that because you're standing in poop, which no one wants to do. This is for our black water washout. So when we're done draining everything, we just hook our water up to here. It's just a screw and nozzle. These things aren't made very well, so there's a lot of leaking that comes out of here. You just got to kind of thread it as good as you can. This is our. You got another one?
How's your Cheeto?
Okay. What's our Cheeto count up to right now?
How many
3?
is that?
I think it's 3. Here's our electric. Electric comes out of here. That's nice because it actually just winds up when you push it in. Very handy. It's got the little slot there, and I always just snap that down. We're hooking up. This is our city water connection. So I really quick wanted to talk about what I did. Typically, I don't see a lot of people that just keep this connection here because you're using it so much. There's a lot of wear and tear, and then eventually you're gonna have to replace it. So what I did is put one of these Easy Connect in here, and that's really cool because what I have here is then kind of like my whole water hookup. So I just put in a 90-degree quick connect. I could just plug that in, real simple. It snaps on. And then I got my water pressure gauge so I could check everything. And then I put one of these swivels in, So there's a lot less pressure on all of this, and it's not pulling down as much, and it all hooks up right there. What I don't like about this setup right here is this is the exhaust for my hot water tank. And I gotta always make sure that I'm kind of pulled off over here on the side, because if not, I always have a rubber hose here. It's gonna heat up, it's gonna melt it. So this is, I don't know why they didn't just move this over or move this over. It's just all in one line, so that's not good. I don't know about that. So that's the water hookup, pretty easy. I typically keep that on too when we're traveling. This little knob just kind of sticks out, but it's easy enough to unscrew. I just don't want to unscrew this 1,000 times when we camp all the time. Let's go to the thing no one likes talking about, the sewer empties. This is where everything comes out. So when I'm hooked up at a campsite, this is where everything is going to drain to, and I have my gray water or my black water holding tank right underneath here. So when I'm disconnecting everything, if you pull this releases everything. But this is where the real pain is, Steph, you're going to have to get down here for this. If I want to go do my black water drainage in my gray water, so if I pull black right here, that's fine. But if I want to drain my gray, I have to crawl all the way over to here.
Look at that view.
Oh my gosh, come around this side. Right here is my gray water pool. So when I'm at a site that we've been to for a little bit and I have to pull something, I have to crawl underneath here and do this. And Grace is much smaller than I am. So I don't know why they put it here. I mean, I get it, the slide has to come out. It's convenient for the inside, but I've been under here a couple times, and when you pull it, it doesn't just drain right away. You have to wait. So you could find me doing one of these, and as a bigger guy, this isn't convenient for me. One time it was raining though, so it did work out when I did that. But gray water pool, black water pool over there. It's just, I don't know, not the best. You can come under here though and check all of your slide outs, because you do have to grease these, so at least I get the opportunity to look at that. All right, so let's get out of this area. Don't get me crawling out of here, because it's a disaster. The little well, I was scraped something. This is not, it's one of those things with camping. Let's go around the back here, honey. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you the kitchen on the other side of the outdoor kitchen, which was a big piece of why we bought this, but this is the gray drain out for the back kitchen. So we do have 2 gray water drain outs, 1 black water.
Grace
Back
has a
here.
question.
Yes, Grace, what's your question?
I'm smelling the crawl out of me today.
No, you got your jammies on. You ain't crawling on the ground more than you already did. All right, on the back here, we have a spare tire, which is nice, full-size spare. Bumper, which we store our stinky slinky in. And then this is actually the grill that came with it. And what happens here is this comes off and this slides around. I would do that for you, but it's self-explanatory. We got the ladder. This came with it as well. I know a lot of people, I see a lot of questions about this. If it doesn't come, can they drill it? Typically, they would say yes. If your dealership says no, check with somebody else, because they can drill in on this end here. And then what you might see that we've done here is we keep our mats. So our mats that we put outside, they get wet, and then when we're traveling, they sit inside, so you have that moisture in there. So we decided this year we were gonna actually go ahead and strap them on the back. So I just bought a very generic strap, and we fold them up. We strap them back here. So I got the one here, and I'll put the second over there for when we're traveling. Grace is a monkey. All right, let's go around to this side, honey.
Oh, it's a kitchen.
It is a kitchen. This was a huge sell for us, correct?
Correct.
We looked at a camper that didn't have this. They have the small ones that come out, but we wanted something because we know we're going to spend a lot of time out here.
This is
And
our fridge.
we do spend, and this is our fridge. We spend a ton of time out here. What I do like about this is you kind of have 2 lighting scenarios. You got these blue lights. There's one in our bathroom too. So it's just run off of a switch here. And then you also have the opportunity to kick on that light. So when we're out in darkness, and we still have pretty much light here, this comes real in handy. The other thing I don't have out is we do have a Blackstone. We typically always have a table set up here, and that's where I spend most of my time cooking, is with that table.
We could do s'mores.
We could do s'mores for S'more RV. Good plug, Grace. You're going to be in marketing. Over here we got our stabilizing jacks, They're electric, so we just got a little button there to use those. That's very convenient. But again, if the motor on that happens to go bad, we are able to crank them. Just show a little storage here. See, I got all of my accessories in here stuff.
Oh, and a pancake robot flipper.
Pancake robot flipper. Got all of our spices. Like Grace pointed out, we do have a fridge. This is very handy. We keep a lot of things in here. This is run off of electric. Back here, keep a couple pans. This is really cool. This is actually a little stand-up. This came with the camper. This stands up the grill on the table if we wanted to. That's in our garage for here because I had no idea what it did. I just figured it out. This is coffee.
And that's it.
Got a sink back here. This is again that drain on the other side. More storage up here. You can see it is full to the max. I keep all of our pans back here. We do have our gas hookup for the Blackstone. I just bought this. I wanted to be able to hook in the back. So we have gas lines that run all the way underneath this. So if you come down here and look, you can see we got a gas hookup here and that just pops off. So that's convenient for the Blackstone, but it's also convenient for this. Grace, don't stand up. Back up a little bit. So we got a little burner here.
It's a grill. It's a grill.
This is a 2-burner. And this is super convenient. So I always thought, well, what else could we put here? Could I maybe get the Blackstone or a Blackstone to fit here? But this actually works really nice. If I'm sauteing something on the side or if I'm doing bacon in the morning, I like to put it here. What I don't like, but I know it's necessary, is they did put this here because if there's a fire or something, this is going to help protect it. It's stainless, but this gets really messy. So I ended up cleaning the heck out of this, and it takes forever. And this is just one of those kind of maintenance things where you're cleaning a lot.
Well, it doesn't take forever.
It doesn't take you forever because you don't clean, Grace. But if you look underneath here, you can see there is the nozzle underneath that connects right down. So they did plumb these things really nice for gas. So my gas hookup's here. I have another cord to do that.
You want this one.
And that's that part of the outside grill.
I can't have it.
Keeping my key with me just in case I need it.
Ooh, what's this?
This is your entrance into the bathroom, which Steph will show you from the inside, but another convenience thing, Steph, right?
Yes.
We needed 2 doors. We wanted a way to go into the bathroom from the outside. And this door gets used quite a bit.
This is the bathroom.
It's interesting though, Grace, if you come down for a second. You still filming?
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch that. See? That's why you keep your keys. Because for your review, you locked everything. Out here, you go right into the bathroom, which really funny is I think everybody that comes in here, Grace, go ahead, go in. Everyone that comes to our camper for the first time really looks at this and says, why did they put a screen door on your bathroom? But this is what they did. So really cool. Steph's going to show you that all from the inside. Grace, you want to come back out? I would not recommend doing that if you're older.
Oh no.
So really convenient there. All right. So we're moving right along. Now we're on the other side of the camper. This? Yes. Uh-oh. You broke it. Don't spin that.
He's been here a long time.
That's Bones. He comes everywhere with us. He's a part of the family
Let me show
now.
them Bones.
Ava, or Grace, who's Bones?
Bonesy is our Bones. He has a little outgear.
All right, so over here,
Oh, we have a TV.
we'll get there. You're getting ahead of us, Grace. This is actually your access for your fridge. So I did take the time to loosen this part, and you could just pull this off. So should something go wrong inside with the fridge, this is the hookup to the outside. I get your compressor's in here, there's heat that comes out, so they do vent it. I can imagine that you're gonna have problems here in the future for us just because everything's exposed. But maybe they thought that through. So at least you can get to all the fridge here without having to take it out from the inside. So that's really nice too. 2 simple little turns and everything's locked up nice and tight. Over here, you might be asking about freshwater. What, you want me to talk about this?
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, so this is your knob. We got 2 of these. This is actually what grabs your door. So if I open my door from the outside.
Oh, so it's like a doorstop.
Yep, you can see you come in. This actually is nice because when the wind catches these doors, they're like cells.
Sneak out.
Oh, here we go. So when you go in here, you just clip that part on and now hold your door, and this screen door locks into this. So everything can kind of stay open. Summer, a lot of bugs. She's talking about toothbrushes in there. So that's that part. So here, I'm gonna talk real quick about our awning. Awning is electric, it comes out. It has built-in speakers. Speakers, not the best quality, but when you're at a campsite, you don't want to be loud anyway. So they're good enough for our little spot. You can turn them down. We all know you're loud enough. So this is our awning. It does have the LED light plumbed in underneath, which is cool too. Spend a lot of time out here, so this is nice to have in the summer. It's nice to have when it rains. We spent a lot of rainstorms underneath there, and it works really well.
I need a train.
No, there you go, Grace. Here, it's back on. Okay.
I need a train, Mama.
So that's that part. We can go over here.
Oh no, honey.
We do have a TV outside. I inherited this TV, so I thought, what can I do with it? Just mounts right on the back, and I don't know if you can see back behind there, but there's a really simple mount, and there's just a little switch on this side to loosen it. So you pull that, it comes out, comes right off. So that is super convenient. That is built on, and they put the mount with the camper when we bought it. So I can just grab that.
And outside outlets.
Yep. 2 outlets on the outside. And then right here is your freshwater. So if you're going to be boondocking or you're going to be a place where you don't have water, this is actually where you hook up. I think it's a 40-gallon tank that's inside there. So 40 gallons worth of fresh water that you can put in. There's a pump inside, which Steph will point out. But when you're draining it too, you got your low point drainage system under here. So you have a couple drains that you could just come into and turn these, and it actually drains out anything you have left in the fresh water when you're done. So that's nice. You can see all of our gas is hooked up under there.
Now let's move.
Here's our entrance. We like this, the little things in life, but there's a little handle there. These are extra wide steps they put on it. Extra wide, more money. And then we added these. We just added these because I have fallen through here, up here, off of it, as many times as you can imagine. So we just added these. Really cheap, I think $30 from Amazon.
Is it easy to store the ladder?
Yeah, ladder. See, you're thinking stuff. Back up, Grace. So to store the ladder, all you gotta do is lift it up, and then a little latch right here, that locks it into place. So when you're traveling, it's super easy. Never typically have that up when we're out, because you can't get in and out. There's Ava.
And we have.
Hi.
And we have that.
So there's the entrance, which
We
we'll get
have
into.
this.
Again, another
On
door.
the
It matches
other
the other door. It
side.
has the lock there as well. There is another outlet over here if you need it electric. We've used these a couple times for fans. We've been in some hot areas, so we've been able to plug in out here and run everything. So that, the other side of your awning is right there. One other thing I wanted to point out, because I skipped it, is this is the exhaust for your fridge. So it's a little bit higher up, but I think you just pull it out. I don't want to force it. I think you got to be up higher, which I don't like about this, because it is high. So you do need kind of a chair to go up, and then pull it out. I forget which way it goes. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it, because I don't want to break it. But that is an exhaust for your fridge. It does exhaust like that too, so you don't typically have to have it up, but you can pull it out if you'd like. Come over here. We got one more front stabilizing jack, and then you have the other side of your entrance. That too is locked. I locked everything.
You haven't
up.
learned the keys by now? You've been almost the whole way around.
I know. It's again the same thing. This will give you your access all the way over. You can see there I have my grill that I use quite a bit, but this is easy access. It's storage. It goes right in. That goes all the way through. So that is my part. That's the complete outside. So right now we're gonna go ahead and go over to Steph. Hello, beautiful.
Hey, welcome in. All right, where to start? Well, let's start over this way and then back this way. Right? Do you think?
Yeah,
Let's start over here.
in the bedroom.
Okay. We're gonna start in the master. This is our master bed, which is a queen size. It was sort of comfy last season, but we actually upgraded to a new mattress, which made it a little bit higher. And the other thing it made it is when you pull up the storage, yes, there's storage underneath, but when you pull it up, it used to just stop and stay under there. It doesn't anymore. So Ross needs to tweak that. But I want to show you. how big the storage is. So when you guys were outside, you have the 2 entrances from each side, and then it's right in here. Pretty big. All right, go ahead and drop it, honey. Woo. Okay, so we have a couple of storage units in here. Oh, I got my slippers. This one has room to hang, so I'd say that's like a closet. This storage goes completely onto the other side. Pretty deep. I'd say it's probably 1.5 feet deep. Okay. We keep our linens up there. Do you want to show that side?
Sure.
So that one has shelves, a little bit different than my side. Mine is just the rod to hang, and that one has shelving. The blanket that you're seeing, I made all the blankets inside. Does not come with, but if you want one, check out our Instagram page.
What's that called?
S'more RV Fun.
No, what's the blanket type called?
Oh, this is a cut and tie blanket.
Those are nice. Very warm. Fleece. But I do like you have this little breathable in here. That helps.
All right, on Ross's side over there, you see 2 outlets. Actually, 4 outlets.
Yeah, and this one's a USB. So you can plug right in your USB. You got a cigarette lighter outlet in case you want to smoke in the camper.
We don't smoke, but we're not judging if you do. All right, then on this side we have just the 2 outlets over here, and then a pretty nice like end table, we'll call it. I want lamps for it someday, but you know Ross is kind of shutting me down about that right now. All right, so here's our lighting in here since we don't have lamps currently. Can't reach that one, but as you see, it's just a touch light. You have the same over here. And then over there as well. And then right here is a vent.
Which I love because it blows straight down on me. But it's movable, so you can turn it and direct where you want it to go.
Yeah. Emergency exit for those that need to get out quickly. And then over there, you want to show how that window and the blinds work?
Yeah. All of our windows are pretty much the same. You have this latch that will open the whole window. And then if you want your screen to come back, you just pull that back. So you could have your screen in it. So screen there and your windows over here.
And if the sun's too bright.
That latches in. And then you just pull the shade if you want. All of our shades are those, what do you call that, like an easy shade? That's really nice.
And my favorite part, you don't think we have a bedroom TV? Wait for it. So right here, you see this lock. So while you're driving, you definitely need to lock that in place. It looks like we just have a mirror. And it's...
I gotcha. There you go.
There you go. Ready? Well, bam! We have a TV! The swivel action is by far my favorite. One of my favorites of this camper. And then again, you can swivel it back to your family room.
I think the mirror adds a little bit too because in the other space it makes it feel like it's a little more open. Even here it does too.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so then you just slide your doors, but over here on your doors, if you do not want any maybe kids to play with or while you're driving, you definitely want to hook them in place so they don't slide. Okay, come on over. So now we're in the family room. And there's our TV in the family room now. Magic. Up here you have a storage space. You can do whatever you want with it. We currently just have it for decoration right now.
Where did you get that little camper?
Oh, isn't that cute? Some cute guy sent me flowers in that camper vase. So we use it here. All right, so now we have, here's our radio. This is outdoor?
Indoor and outdoor.
Indoor and outdoor, okay.
Yeah, you have the option to put
Yeah,
both on.
and actually outdoor, it is pretty loud.
Yeah, and you have your 1 and 2.
It's a really good system.
Controls everything inside. 2 is outside, or you could have them both on at the same time. It has Bluetooth. Mm-hmm. You could plug into. You could do auxiliary if you wanted. AM, FM. So it's nice. Typically, I think they would want you to, if you plugged in here, because there's a cable outlet in this little guy, which
you can use for storage.
Or a junk drawer.
Or a junk drawer, which we have. heading on down here, we have our fireplace, which also came with a remote. You have your temperature gauge, up or down, obviously power. Check this feature out. You can change the color.
Ooh.
And then obviously down here, not obviously, but here's your timer. Say you wanted to keep it on, but you don't want to keep it on all night. You could set a timer to set it off, to turn it off in an hour, so you can go to bed and it'll turn off on itself. Down here, we use it for shoe storage, just because I'm a neat freak and I don't like shoes in our camper. But you can use it for whatever. It's a pretty decent storage size. Okay, moving on to our couch. 2-person couch. Yes, I made this one too.
Ooh.
I know, how about that? This was a gift. Isn't that cute? All right, so this I'm going to show you, a 2-person couch, or it can be a 1, 2 small person bed. Do you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on. It's been a year since we camped. Let me refresh my
Pull out
memory.
from the bottom.
Okay. On the bottom?
I think so.
I don't think so, honey. There's an easier way.
Ugh.
No. There's an easier way.
Wait, pull it out and push it down.
I got you. All right. Let's remove the cute blanket.
First timers.
Yeah.
Even after a year of camping, you forget everything.
You forget
next
so
season.
much. It's crazy. All right. So first you want to remove the cushions. As you see, they're Velcroed on. Okay. Then you're going to pull from this end. It's like a flip. Okay. And then you pull from the bottom. And as you see, you can't just set it down, because that won't work.
Right.
You have these bars that's going to keep it nice and steady. Okay? And then you put these.
That ain't right.
No, that's not right. That's
Is
not
this
right.
flip?
No, that ain't right.
No, I got it.
Oh, flip down. Woo! Okay.
Together,
and then here's
we
your
can do
headboard.
it.
There you go. Whoopsies. All right. There you go. And then you put your sheets on, your pillows, whatever you may need to sleep.
All right.
2 small people, 1 average. Okay. Moving on. Again, simple. Lift up, pull down. Same way Ross showed you in the master is the same way those windows work. Here's some storage up here. We use it for games. It's pretty decent storage. You can use it for whatever.
How about your lights underneath there?
Yeah, so we got the press on, press off. This one.
There's a knob in
There's
there.
a knob underneath as well. Outlets. Okay. Now this table always gets me, but well, bear with me. Alright, so you could comfortably fit 2, 4, 6 people around. Or it can be a 1 to 2 person bed. Now, the table, you could either completely remove it, alright, and give you some, I don't know, room to play, whatever. Now let me just show you. It's heavier than you think. There's a knob right over here. And that's what you're going to use to, did you hear that click?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so once you click that, then you move it to the side.
All
Okay?
right.
So then you can put it right over here. Oops. Careful of that lip. And again, like, it's just as simple to bring it right back up. Okay? But I want to show you, so I'm going to put it back down. Just how...
I think a key there is that you step on the feet on the bottom
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
to get it to move.
Sorry, did you get my...
Oh, I got it. Your mama bear.
Okay. And then as you see, okay, So do you see, there's like a
Lip.
lip for it to go into. There you go. Okay. Hold on, we're crooked. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to remove the baby seat and show you. I'm going to get to those fingerprints in just a second.
The fingerprints really flip us both out.
Okay. There's your bed.
So you have a lot of
So you have really 1, 2, say 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're gonna get to 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Here's our bed. But look at this. This is something that drives both of us a little bit nuts. Is how easily fingerprints stick. But I'm gonna show you. Whoops, you okay?
Oh yeah. It's like a vinyl.
It's nice. I like it because it's easy to wipe off. Don't get me wrong. It just happens so fast. So what I'm using is just a Lysol wipe. And we'll come back to this, okay? Same thing with the blinds up and down. Over here, so those lights are underneath. You see them?
Hit that switch. Whoa!
Okay.
Fancy.
And then this one is right here. Okay.
Nice.
All right, now underneath your table, you're gonna have 2 storage areas. And how nice is this? It comes with 2 bins.
I know online a lot of
Look how deep that is, though.
not everyone gets those bins. We just happen to with this model. A lot of people ask about that, the size of that and the length of it. So that's
Yeah.
also a key. It's super great storage.
Yeah, same thing on the other side. So this bin's not in here, but same storage. All right, moving on to more storage. Do you want to go here? Or do you want me to come
Yeah,
back?
you can talk about that real quick.
All right, so this is just the thermostat. You know, the heat, air, everything's on there. The fan, which comes out right over here.
And that's our main AC unit. Mm-hmm. So that's the only one we have. So I thought in the summer it cooled pretty good.
I thought so too. Yeah.
But you do have the option here, if you wanted to.
To move this over.
Yeah. So when you do that, the air blows straight down. And what they told us when we were buying it, we didn't have it happen to us, but if you let that run too long, like that open, it does condensate, but they said it'll freeze. And if it freezes, you're screwed.
Bad news bears.
Yeah. So we kind of switch. If we want to cool it down real quick, we'll open that up for like 20 minutes and then shut it and then let it run. Because we do have all the venting up there in the ceiling too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right up here is another one.
Yeah.
Okay. And here, this is a window. Goes over here. Open it, which actually does create, if you have all the lights off in the daytime, this creates a ton of light. Or if you don't want as much light, you just shut it.
Cool.
Okay. And now that we're in the kitchen area.
We really defeated all the room purpose there by opening everything up.
Yeah, that's the thing about when you're ready to go to bed, make sure you're ready because it does. It closes it. You know, it's a pretty big space, but it does close it up. All right, so let's start with the drawers.
Cool.
Well, first I want to show you this light.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I put that on for a nightlight at night. All the lights are off, and this is my nightlight in case the kids want to, need us. All right. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers. Silverware. And okay. It doesn't shut unless you actually push it in.
And it does kind of lock when it's not locked, but it does hold in there well. So when you're driving, you have to worry about it. The bottom one pops out a little bit. I noticed when we drive.
Same thing. Just a storage drawer. Used towels. Yeah, so you want to make sure you're all the way in. Over here, you have a couple switches. This
That's your
one,
outlets, that's your
I
lights.
just showed you, that was the light underneath the drawers. This one, so if I were to flip this up, fireplace would go off. And it would turn to my hot water tank. Which one is that again, honey?
Well, hot water heater. So if you're running electric
Hot water heater.
and not running propane on your hot water heater, you would flip that so that it uses electric. We rarely use that. We did have a little trouble with the hot water tank, which I showed earlier, and the access to get in there, and figured that part out. But I like gas when I'm doing the heat on the tank, so we always kind of keep that flipped down too.
Down, and then, oh bam. Are you back on? My favorite feature. All right, do you want to come over here?
Yeah, let's show them that. So your little main control area.
Yeah, closed in. All right, let's flip this on so we can see.
Nice.
You got your water pump, water heater, another water heater, and then you have all of your tanks. So when Ross is emptying these, you can tell how empty or how full they are, correct?
Yep, just push them in. And you push and hold. So that's your battery,
Okay. Fresh,
which
empty.
we keep that, dude. Your black, which we've been camping a little bit here at home. Gray 1, that's the main gray for the kitchen, the showers, and then your gray 2 is the outdoor kitchen there. And there's a little in there. I will say those things are off. And it's true for any camper. If you're shopping a camper right now, those things are never accurate. And they make all kind of things to kind of like figure out, give you more accurate reading. But we don't. I just kind of, when I see it get to 2/3, I'm emptying.
We're emptying. All right, so these are just your cabin lights. This one here, though, is for the outside. You can see, go ahead. Can you
go
sneak
ahead,
past
yeah.
me?
There you go.
Okay.
LEDs.
All right, so kind of like a nighttime look in here. We'll flip it back on.
Much darker, yep.
Yeah.
And what I like too about that is these are the push lights. So when you push those on or off, you can control them all at once there.
Yes.
Or you can go in and just manipulate them when they're on how you want.
Correct. I'm not going to do these now just because the kids are over there. And this slide out here, I could not do it because these are out. If this was in, I could do it. But you want to make sure everything is folded up before you put any of your slides in.
My butt's on fire right now.
It feels nice, I bet. All right, so now we're in the kitchen. It came with our draining side. It came with a cutting board.
Very handy.
Yeah, you can switch it from side to side. Okay, come over here though. What's that? That did not come with it.
What happened?
That, I was trying to make the camper smell nice with a Scentsy warmer and unplugged it. I thought I was doing a good thing when we were driving. Just put it in here, but the wax was still hot, so it dumped all out.
It wasn't the wax.
It wasn't?
No, what happened? Because typically when we drive, we store everything in there, right? We put as much stuff as we can.
Oh, yeah.
And it just spilled, and it's the oil ate through, whatever, it had a reaction to it, and it ate through it because it sat for like 7 days. And this got like really, really soft.
Yeah, and
it is finally hardened, but
we've tried everything and nothing has cleaned it up.
yeah, and it actually ate through it. So little mistake. Won't make that again.
Yeah, no. What would you say? This is like a
I don't know what they call
quartz?
it. No, it's like it's definitely like a plastic, but I think I don't know, Formica, is that right? I'm making that up.
Yeah, you might be making that up.
I am.
But all right, it's very nice. Aside from the fact you got your blinds here. Not as simple. I mean, it is simple, but not like the other blinds. All right, and then over here your stove top. Look at this nice little gift we got. Isn't that cute?
It is sharp.
You do have lights. Turn it off. Turn it on. Listen, you got a fan. Ooh. Stovetop, you can flip back just like this.
Flip it up, flip it back.
Flip it on the pancake stack. Easy to clean. This does come off. So to clean it. Okay. Easy to fold back in.
Yep. I don't think you're in all the way.
Oh, I don't think I'm in all the way either.
There's little holes.
Oh yeah, do you see those little holes?
There we go. And it sets in. Perfect.
Okay.
We learned
Careful,
so much
this is
today.
glass.
Yeah, I actually
It's
saw.
nice going through it to do a review because you actually learn more, I think.
I saw somebody that thought that was like tempered, like you could cook on it, so they lit the flame underneath and it shattered all that. So don't do that.
Yeah. Do you want me to show how to light or no?
I don't have the gas on,
Oh, you don't have the gas on. Okay.
Yeah.
But you would have to press this button here. Okay. You see you have these 3 options.
Yep.
You press that.
Well, the top, push it up. That's the lights.
I just don't. Okay. So that's just the lights. It's just decorative. The bottom, though, is to light it, correct?
No, actually, that's for the lights inside the oven.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
to light it,
And then you would just push in.
that's
And
for
turn it to the left.
This is for the oven, so we just turn that, and you have your temperature there. But to light that, you would actually turn these on. That turns your gas on, and then this is an igniter. So you just click that through until they go. This actually comes in handy when you are, sometimes when you're hooking up for the first time, like on a trip, your gas doesn't always fill up. So you could come light your burners. This is a good tip. You light your burners to get the gas flowing through the entire camper. So sometimes I come in here to burn this off before I light up the hot water tank. A little tip.
Little tip. These towels, nice and decorative,
Ooh, those are
right?
nice.
Yeah, matches our kitchen mat.
Look at you.
That was a gift also from somebody. All right, so then in here, I mean, you could fit 1 tray.
Yeah, it's not super big, but
It's
you're gonna
not,
do
but I mean-
pizza or fries or
Yeah.
chicken nuggets.
Yeah. All right, underneath the sink. Come on, around this way.
All right.
Underneath the sink, it's big enough for a garbage can. Under here is all the plumbing. We did buy an extra fire extinguisher. We'll have to show you. There was one that came with it. It's on the other side by the door. Do you
I'll
wanna,
get that, yeah.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want me to show?
Sure.
Whoops.
Don't squeeze.
Okay.
I will get that later.
All right. So you pull this, right?
You grab it on the top there. It just swivels in the middle.
In the middle?
Yep.
I can't get it.
Push that left side in.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to see back there. But
All right. So, go ahead. Explain this hose.
so if you're gonna winterize, this is where you actually winterize from. This is where your pump's at. It's not super easy to see, but you got your valves back there, and if you go through your manual, it'll actually show you all the steps to winterizing, because there is stuff you have to do with your hot water tank. But that is the hose that sucks all the antifreeze in. So really easy. I did it the other day just because I wanted to do it. It took like $6 worth of antifreeze and maybe 5 minutes of my time. So it's so easy to winterize. If your camper is equipped with all this equipment, do it. Do it yourself. There ain't no reason not to.
Okay. I'm just going to leave this out.
Yeah, good thinking.
Okay. Now we're coming over here to this black box, electrical box per se.
Not per se, it is.
Oh, okay. Wait.
We were going to explain how easy it is for your child. I should get Rossi out here. Push the top. There you go.
Okay.
So that's all your electrical controls. You have your on-off switches and all your breakers should something trip. We had an issue one time where something wasn't working. I thought I had a break in there, but I didn't. So it's just good to know that's there. We were talking about it. Our son comes and pushes that in and out 500 times. So
Yeah, and I couldn't even get it open, so.
He loves it.
All right. Here is storage down here. Pretty good area. More storage, like the pantry area. What I would do in here, I actually saw somebody else, another camper family do this, is they had like slide outs. It was metal sectional slide outs that they put like their spices and everything in. I would love to do that. I mean, this is a decent storage area, but I think it would just make it a lot more easier.
Yeah, you want to show us those fridges real quick.
Yeah. Temperature. On, off.
Different modes. You go propane or electric.
Okay. Right in here, you have to pull it to open it.
Currently off now, but there is a light that comes on.
And currently very full when we are camping.
Yeah.
And then the freezer. I mean, both very decent.
It takes about 24 hours for them to really cool off. So if we're gonna camp, either we go out to where our camper's at, or we bring it home usually to load it, and we turn those on
and you're not,
the first day.
Yes, and you're not completely closed until you hear the clicks.
Cool.
Moving on. Here's an air vent.
That's your heat.
Okay. Another storage unit. Could be a closet. What I want to do in here is put shelving.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, I guess
to make it a little bit more practical.
Yeah, if you're living in here,
yeah,
maybe it's nice to have the shirts, but for us, we need shelving.
Yeah, we need shelving. Just organize it a little bit better.
I didn't tell you this box, but if you need to get to your water heater, it's in through this. You just 2 screws, you unzip that. When you winterize, you need to be able to go in there because there is the valving to not winterize your heater. Don't want to do that.
You want to show this since we're here?
Oh my goodness, gone.
It does wipe off very easily, which is great for kids or anybody that's messy, but it does show spots very easily as well.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are into the bathroom. I made it a little bit cutesy, right? So it did come with a shower curtain right here. We just haven't figured out how to take that off yet. That's why we have the dual shower curtain.
Well, and actually,
feature.
One's for looks, right? You got to go ahead and close that.
So one's for looks, and I guess one is to keep the water in. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right.
That's exactly how we use it.
Okay. But as you see, if you're showering at night, the only light coming in the shower is for natural light.
Yeah.
So you don't have a light in the shower. You only have it right here in the bathroom area. It's a decent sized shower, decent bath for kids.
Got your nozzle, it's removable.
Yeah, this comes off.
And it's kind of built in, and I won't explain it too much, but there are lips around the edges there. So that's nice too. So your water doesn't necessarily leak through anything there. There's like a double lip, so it never leaks in the back of this. It's always in there. And then
What's
if you need,
this?
That's just access to the plumbing underneath if you need to get in there. It's also good just to look to make sure you're not leaking, which we haven't.
Right.
And we did all baths last year with the kids, so that was good.
Yeah, and then you have some good storage in here. Not a ton up here just because you have the plumbing, so you're limited on this shelf. But down here, I mean, it does go back pretty far. And then even medicine cabinet has 2 shelves. Here, you could either do just your blue light, just your normal light.
And at night we keep blue light on.
We keep the blue light on at night, yeah. Okay, there's 2 outlets in here.
There's your access to the outside.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Yeah, access for the outside, just if you are a clean freak like me and you don't want people coming through your camper, or if your kids are muddy mess, you just have them come in here, rinse them off, and then it's not all tracked through the camper.
Porcelain.
Porcelain.
Can't beat it.
We paid extra for that. I can't flush it now though.
No.
But, yep, paid extra for the seat cover.
Oh my gosh.
You have a towel rack here.
Whoop. Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty spacious.
Yeah.
All right. You're probably wondering what's behind door number 2.
Yes. This is also what sold it. This is what we needed, wanted, had to have.
Is she legit sleeping?
Yeah, she's actually legit sleeping. I'm like, Grace.
All that craziness. That's
This
what
one
happens.
falls asleep at the drop of a hat. Are you sleeping?
She's sleeping.
She's actually sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, cameraman.
All right.
Hi,
Ava can direct us through this. Do you want to? Do you want to show your room? All right, start with your bed.
So, our beds. So
Let me ask, did this come with your bed?
No, my dad made it.
Okay.
Another YouTube video on our
Sit
channel.
back a second. I want to show them. So you can keep it up or
I should have been an engineer.
folds underneath.
And
And as you see, the mattress is pretty thin. Now, the sheets I have on here are twin, but as you see, they're a little bit loose. So it's just a little bit smaller than your average twin.
if you see this little button here, this is actually a light. So if you just press it, it's like a light. And then like we have a little pocket over here. We usually keep like our little night lights and our walkie-talkies.
Then you got another outlet there in case you need to plug in, huh?
How's your window and your
It's
everything
good.
work over there? Does it open up which way?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Up and down.
I think it goes up and down. You have to hold it though with 2 fingers and it'll slide up and then slide down. That's okay, buddy. You don't have to do it. That's okay, buddy. All right.
But then we come down.
Come down. This ladder came with.
And I'll show you what the ladder does. Where am I on?
But
Yep.
what's funny about bunk beds, only one ladder came with.
This
now,
one.
Now, how would you get up there without a ladder?
Yeah.
So, we purchased this off of Amazon, and it fits right in.
We had to cut it.
We had
It
to
was
cut-
60. It's about 48 now, I think.
The good thing about when you're driving your camper is this can lift up and it can go in here, so nothing happens to it.
Nice. What else we
My
got?
dad got a TV.
So the TV did not come with, but in here it's obviously capable. There's a jack, an outlet plug.
This is also the fold-out bed. It was a couch, but we give this space to
Yeah,
my
so
brother.
what this does is this actually looks like this.
But there's like
And-
black cushions, but it's
Yeah, the cushions underneath are the exact same color. And to make it a bed, you would fold it out, and the bed would go out pretty far. So again, you can sleep 2 more here. We have it for our toddler.
Or a little toddler who's only like 1.5 years old.
Yeah.
I feel like he's 3.
And for those that have, watch out, buddy, a toddler that they are out of the pack and play.
Wait, I want to be a toddler.
All right, go ahead. We
I'm a toddler.
we just made it a bed, and then put the rails up. And it's a little bit of a bigger bed
I'm a toddler.
for him.
Also an Amazon purchase. It goes up to 80 inches. This is about 74, I think. So there's a gap, but he stays in it pretty well. And then I did have to, you could see the wood sticking out. I did put a piece of plywood across the bottom.
Yeah.
Just so if he has his weight on it, he can't push it over and fall.
Go ahead, you can come out. And the other thing, the 2 bunk beds are not the exact same size. This one's a little bit skinnier. Same length, but a little bit skinnier. And same thing with this. Frost built it, and then it can fold down underneath.
There's also
Another pocket on the other side. Another window.
There's also
A
some
light handy dandy.
There's also some storage. So like here, we keep some stuff like
We keep your clothes and what, maybe some toys.
charger.
That's your charger, yeah.
Yeah, you put mine.
Window slides open, slides down.
And then you have some storage under here.
And then over here you also have another emergency exit. Just flip that open and the whole window pops open.
Cool.
What I showed you in the master bedroom, also when you're driving, you want to make sure you latch the door so it doesn't slide open and close while you're driving. There's a couple more outlets in this room.
Did they show you guys everything?
We did.
Yes, we
so
did.
yes, just to recap, it does sleep 1,
Did
2,
you show
3,
this?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We showed that. We're not going to do the slide outs just because Gracie's sleeping and our couch bed is still out.
So that's the tour. That's going to be maybe the longest tour of a camper that you're going to find on YouTube. But this is our...
Mostly because we're still figuring things out.
That's it.
But you'll find. You may think you know it all in campers and you don't.
No.
You find things as you go along that you may like, you might want to switch out.
Yeah.
It's good, it's bad.
You're always learning, and I think
Yeah.
that this fits us, and that's the most important thing when you're
Oh
making
my
that
gosh!
decision.
I forgot to show the microwave.
Oh my god, yeah, you did. Wow. Tiny microwave, but it heats up pretty fast.
I mean, it does. It's hotter than your average microwave, isn't it?
No, I don't know.
It is. So that is it. That's it for our inside-outside review on the Jayco 32 BHDS.
BHDS, yeah. Which
Bye.
some stands for the bunk bed somehow.
By the way, it's 9 o'clock at night.
Oh
And
my
it's
gosh, it's
bedtime.
bedtime.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Make
No,
sure
it's
if you
not.
like this
I don't-
video,
I
hit that
think
subscribe button if you
it's-
haven't done already. If you have any questions or comments about this review, leave them down below. We do answer, and we do appreciate you watching this video. So I guess we'll see you next time. This has been another S'more RV
See you next time.
fun
It's going to get interesting. It's a good
review.
season ahead.
Yeah, yeah. We will be making videos all camping season, so you can watch our craziness. You've seen a little bit of it today, but you did not in this one. See little Rossi Jr. and he is
Grace times 10. So stay tuned.
all right. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.